Hello, my darlings. My name is Victoria, and this is Veritas Tarot. Aries, I'm going to do you a love reading today, obviously focusing on the person that you're thinking about at this time, but also very importantly, a love reading for yourself too. I'm going to be using my Spirit Song Tarot, my beautiful Spirit Song Tarot to start off the reading, and then I'm going to be using my new Muse Tarot and also the new version of the Gilded Tarot, and I may pick up a couple of other decks as well if Spirit guides me to do so. I do have my doggies with me, including Nut, my Dachshund puppy, so they are behaving at the moment, but Nut may want to come up and say hello at a little later stage. If this reading resonates, it's therefore meant to be for you at this time. Spirit always guides those that are meant to hear a reading at exactly the right time for them. And if it does resonate, I will be so grateful, as you have all so kindly done, to like, comment, share, and also hit the subscribe button. If it doesn't resonate, it simply means it was not for you at this time, my darling. Again, there'll always be a reading out there for you at exactly the right time as guided by Spirit. So Aries, let's have a look for you. This is for those that most need to hear the message. Thank you, Spirit. Well, that's flown out. So you've got the Justice card has come out. Justice card. So this is number 11, okay? And this says here, truth and clarity. The Justice card is one of the life-changing cards. It's a major arcana. So whatever you're going through at the moment is a life-changing experience for you. It is allowing you this experience to find the truth. And that is something we all yearn to do. And the interesting thing is that to find the truth, sometimes we have to hold no opinions on something. If we don't hold opinion on something, we allow the truth, the truth to come in. And sometimes we see things as we are, not as they actually are. So I hope that makes sense. Sometimes, we don't necessarily see things as they actually are, but as we're seeing them through our lens of life. And to actually hold no opinion of something, to hold somebody, not to have a judgment on somebody or something is an amazing way of observing life as well. It does allow for that truth, that inner truth to come in. You're coming close to that truth. You're coming close to whatever life path that you're on, if you found it already. And it's whatever this is, it's going to change everything for you. So I just want to see what else comes out. The crow here in the Justice card is the keeper of secrets. So there are still things yet unknown for you, but that clarity, that insight is coming in for you. It is allowing you, my darling, to because at the moment, I think there are some imbalanced perspectives of decisions that you're making about things. But what I'm also being told is that you are able to, although you feel that you can't, and there's a fear of moving away from this situation, you can move away. Just like a bird sits on a branch, doesn't have a fear that the branch is going to break, they can fly away in a new direction as well. So, and at the bottom of the deck now, you've got the, I do apologize about Nut playing with whatever noisy as teddies she can find. You've got the Devil card has come out. This is the shadow in the Spirit Song deck. And it says here, self-empowerment and ambition. This is the Jackal, my darling. So, the Jackal is the master of shadows. So this time for you at this moment is about you doing this inner work, this inner healing, about facing your fears, looking at things from a perspective that allows you to truly understand what's going on. And sometimes, when we are holding somebody to account, I'm getting the words holding somebody to account sometimes about where they are in life. It's also holding ourselves to account too, because if we feel that somebody has done something that is very hurtful for us, and we hold on to that energy, we're not helping ourselves move forward. We're literally becoming a victim or a prisoner of that past. But forgiveness of somebody is the biggest act of self-love, self-healing, and self-empowerment you can do, because in the moment of forgiving, you're releasing them from the energy that you're carrying around. You're saying, I'm not going to attach myself. I am not that person. I am not that situation. This is who I am in the present moment. So, And through this shadow work, through this inner healing that you're going through at this time, you know, the devil card is a card. What comes after the devil card is almost like a rebirth for you, a different perspective, this clarity, this truth. You have the gift of intuition. And that intuition is your soul speaking to you. That intuition is, you know, our soul is a piece of divinity. So our soul holds information, ancient wisdom, ancient knowledge, and it's all based on love as well. So do listen to what your intuition, your feelings are telling you at this time, because I feel like you're standing very much in a space of personal integrity, and, you know, well done you. This could be a very much a legal thing. This could be a divorce, whatever this is, a formal separation. And Spirit is asking you to weigh your decisions carefully, but to do it from a place of not holding too much judgment of another. Try and have no opinion. Try and be in a space of where you're observing things. And always, as I talk about, why is this happening for me? What is this trying to teach me? Because that different perspective will also release you from being that victim of the past, being this person that somebody has done something to you. No, maybe their soul has done this for you in order to release you. Because the devil card also talks about us carrying with us, you know, when we procrastinate about things, or we have self-doubt, or we allow fear to get in the way of us achieving things. The devil card is a card to talk about that we're carrying around with us from relationship to relationship. Fragments, hurts, emotional wounds from the past, and we're bringing them into the present. We're bringing them into whatever relationship we're going to go on to. And there is an expression, you know, you don't necessarily meet the person you're going to meet when you meet them. You actually have to meet yourself first from the old relationship. You have to release and understand and heal and grow and evolve from that. And then whoever's coming in for you will come in at that frequency, that vibration you're at. I hope that makes sense for you. This is a time which I feel you're doing with the Justice card to learn from those lessons, or to remember, because actually we never really learn. Our soul remembers things. So when we have that intuition and that insight, our soul is having that aha moment, because our soul remembers that it is all that is, I am, and that is a piece of divinity. So continue, my darling, continue. I feel like you've been pulled away from your path a little bit, and whether that is that self-doubt, or that procrastination, or that fear of failure, or the feeling of lack of self-worth, wherever you are right now in terms of making a decision, and this is a life-changing decision for you, don't let those negative blocks and barriers that you've given yourself, you know, that is conditioned data, that is judged data, that is data that your mind has given you, and all your mind has within it is information from this lifetime. That's why it's so important to trust your instinct, to trust your soul, because your soul carries that ancient wisdom that's all based on love. So let's have a little bit, and now we've got the moon card has come out. So my darling, you have got 3 major arcanas have come out, and you've got the Justice card, you've got the Devil card, and now you've got the moon card. So this is a very powerful time for you, and the moon card is about trusting in your intuition. It is about facing your fears. It's about understanding sometimes that life has to change. That is, you know, divine intervention. Change is a godding process. Change is a gift of divinity, God. And when things change, there is that, you know, almost a reaction from us, which is a reaction to fear that change. If you can embrace it, embrace this change, knowing that it's ultimately, even if you can't see it now, happening for your greatest good. And in order to embrace that change, it's about facing it. And it's about saying, I am ready. Every morning, I am ready, God. I am ready, universe, for whatever you wish to give me today for my greatest good. And although it's difficult, it's about gratitude is the fastest way of shifting our perception of things. Gratitude, to say thank you for me feeling this way. Thank you for me feeling uncomfortable. Thank you for me learning from this experience. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because it's acknowledging that although we may not understand where we are right now, sometimes our soul understands, and it is all happening for our greatest good. The moon card talks about that being in that uncomfortable phase, but actually rising up and meeting the challenge, which I feel that you're doing. And the moon card also talks about mysterious paths and things that you may not yet see, or you may be not willing to see at this time. So let's see what else. I'm going to move on to my other new decks for you. Which one am I going to do? I'm going to do the Gilded Tarot, who's popping out at me. Thank you for Aries. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, sometimes, you know, the kind of almost blunt truth of it must kind of almost give us a slap around the face for us to see that picture, to see what's really real. And that sometimes is why we have divine intervention comes in. So, wow, you've got the Justice card has popped out again. And on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Sun. So what an extraordinary reading this is for whoever this is resonating with. I want you to show you that image. And there's the Sun at the bottom there. Do you see? She's not seeing, she's feeling her way around this. She's using her senses. And one of the things that you can do is say, thank you for me understanding, thank you for me seeing, thank you for me hearing, thank you for me understanding and having that knowing. Thank you for the answers coming in at the right time. If you're not meditating, meditate now on whatever decision it is. This is your time. This is your time to remember, regain that insight, that clarity, understand who you are. Maybe you lost yourself in this relationship for a while, and this is a time for you to find yourself. Make those balanced decisions that you need to make for your greatest good. This is a time for you to put yourself first, but do it from a place where you have understanding and love and compassion for whomever else that this is involving. Because when you have compassion for somebody that has hurt you, but you have compassion because you understand that they are reacting something they've done before from their cloudy lens of life, from their pains, their hurts, their triggers, their unhealed trauma, their unhealed wounds, then you can have compassion in that moment. And when you make a decision that's based on that love and understanding, you can't go far wrong, my darling. The Sun is there. That decision that you're going to make from going within and asking yourself, what is your soul trying to tell you? What is your instinct trying to tell you? Is going to allow for inner healing, because you see it's going to allow nurture. And I'm seeing almost like nurturing of wounds, because at the bottom of the deck now you've got the Sun, and the Sun is about it's about the happiness that's coming in for you, but it's about the nurturing and the growth that you're giving yourself at this time. This is not time to rely on others to give you that nurturing growth. Obviously, people around you and people have been sent to help you at this time, but the greatest, again, act of self-love you can give yourself is to self-heal. It starts with forgiveness, and then it starts with you looking at things from that different perspective. Why has this happened for me? What is God trying to teach me? What is God asking me to remember, for my soul to remember what it knows, already knows? And, you know, just like seeds grow in the dark, and we are created in the dark as well, everything happens, that nurturing and that growth happens throughout this dark period of your life. But this is this inner healing for you. And the Moon card has appeared again as well. So that's two moons and two Justice cards. Very different card this, but it's almost it's the same sort of message, but I will pull some other things out that have Spirit are trying to tell me here, are telling me. Do you see? It's almost like pinpointing the problem for yourself. I don't know whether there is travel involved for either of you. This is a long distance relationship, whatever it may be, but there are two wolves inside of us, my darling. It's an old American Indian expression. There is the fear wolf and the love wolf. And the wolf you feed is the wolf that leads the pack. So don't feed the fear wolf in this situation. Feed the love wolf. Your answer to your question is, what would love do in this situation? And that is unconditional love. That is unconditional love for yourself, and also love for another, for who they are for you. Love opens up, expands, heals, and it's transparent and is vulnerable. And fear kind of contracts and hides and hoards and hurts. So what would love do in this situation, with this decision you're making? You're sort of overthinking things at the moment. And sometimes, you know, when we allow the brain is like the monkey brain, it's sort of the clashing away, and it repeats things and tells ourselves the same old story. If you can step into this present moment, whenever and wherever you can, try not to live in the past, try and live in this present moment. And that being in this present moment also helps relieve you and releases you from those feelings that in the past. You know, you'll find peace when your mind settles into the present. And to do that is to be in this moment, to be in the I am, to do your meditation, to do your walks, to laugh at silly jokes, to remember that life is about right now. And the thoughts and the words and the actions you're doing today, those are the 3 tools of creation for what you're placing into your future. But you've been in your emotions, and I'm really feeling now you're starting to get that insight and that clarity. Thank you, Spirit. One more card from this deck, please. Thank you. 4 of Cups. It's just a reminder for you. Try not to focus on the what-ifs, could-haves, should-haves. Everything has happened for a reason. You are where you are meant to be right now. And where you're right now in this moment, and the healing and the nurturing you're going to give yourself in this moment, and allowing yourself to trust your own insight and your own clarity on the situation, is going to take you to the next moment. And if you haven't gone through all of this, that next moment can't happen for you. That next moment for your greatest good. I hope that makes sense. Spirit is there. He's actually in this card looking at this cup. This is a time for you. You're being given this opportunity of really focusing on yourself and getting to know who you are. Who are you, my darling? What makes you tick? What makes you happy? That nurturing you give yourself creates the foundation for the next great big adventure that you're going to have, the next great big relationship or event or thing that's going to come into your life. Who are you? What makes you happy? Have you forgotten how to love yourself? Have you always put yourself last? Have you always said yes to everybody, even when it doesn't feel right to do that? This is your time now. This is your time to really, truly start to think about, who am I? Who am I? What is the greatest, as Neil Donald Walsh says, what is the greatest, grandest version of me? What is the next step I can take to get to that person, to get to that place, to get to that event? This is not a time to sit in the past or worrying about the future. It's a time to start being very much in this present gifted moment, my darling, because you've got a new cycle coming in. This is the Fool card. You've got a whole new cycle that's about to come in for you. And it's a transformational journey that you are on at this time. But you've got to take that leap. You've got to kind of come to the edge. There's a wonderful poem that says, "Come to the edge," he said. "I'm too afraid," they said. Come, something like this. I'm probably paraphrasing it. "Come to the edge," he said. "I don't want to," they said. "Come to the edge," he said. "Too busy," they said. "Come to the edge," he said. And they came, and he pushed, and they flew. So whatever you are going through right now is a moment that has been given to you for you to be ready for the next cycle, the next great big adventure in your life. Let's have a look now from my beautiful Muse Tarot deck. Thank you, Spirit. You know, when you believe your own thoughts, it can stop you living that life that you desire. Those thoughts of self-doubt, those thoughts of "I don't deserve this." You do deserve your greatest happiness, your greatest achievement. You deserve it all, my darling. So you've got here the Muse of Emotions has come through. This is a very powerful card, and I love the fact that it's on its side here. Oh, Nuts come to say hello to you as well. Do you want to come up? She does want to come up. Okay, I'm just going to let her up so she can come and talk to you for a second. Come on, Nuts. Come on. Come on. There we go. She wants to play. She's going to come up in a second. Sorry about that, my darling. So this is the Muse of Emotions, which in the traditional tarot is the King of Cups. Okay, you can come up. All right. I'm sorry. Here she is. Here's little Nut. Okay, so now these are my new cards, so you can't play with them. So this is a time for you to understand that there has been a mirroring going on with this relationship that you've been in. Understand that sometimes soulmates, people are given to us in relationships in order to trigger us to heal, to go through that inner healing. You can't have any of those cards, my darling. This is my nice cards. They're not for you. You can have your teddy though. How about having your teddy? There we go. And so this is a time for you to almost turn your back on what you thought you knew about yourself. This is really a time of exploration and discovery for you as well. The King of Cups, you've got here the Starfish. It's a time of great healing. It's a time for you to go at your pace. No rush. No, there is no rush for this journey. The journey, it never ends until we enter into, spirit again, and then we come back in another form. So this whole journey is about one of discovery, and this whole journey is the more you can observe on your journey, the more you will not have attachments to things, the more you can observe without any conditioned thoughts or behaviors or opinions, the more that truth, that clarity comes to you. And I'm sorry, and the more you'll see things as black and white. The King of Cups is somebody who is very emotional, which you are, but you're not allowing it's almost like you're saying to yourself, if I get too emotional about this, if I almost break down, then that's not a good thing. So you're kind of putting it away in a box at the moment, but you've got to allow yourself, there is no wrong and right, whatever feelings that you're feeling at this time. If you're feeling angry, if you're feeling sad, whatever those feelings that you're in, there's no wrong or right about it. But the fact that you're observing those feelings as something that you don't want to feel, the fact that you are saying, no, I that's not who I am anymore, shows that almost those feelings are foreign for you at this time. Dan, you can't have the box and you can't have the cards. So off you go. So what it's saying is that you're already shifting and changing because those feelings that you were feeling are now foreign to you. So I'm going to finish for you with, which one am I using? My Sacred Traveler deck. Thank you, Spirit. It's like trying to do readings with puppies and with puppies and little children, and a Dachshund puppy is very stubborn. Okay, so you've got this come out, Desert Passage, trust there's a divine plan. There is a divine plan. The path may seem difficult at this time because it's a desert path, so the path may seem difficult at this time, but trust that there's a divine plan ahead of you, and it is leading. Do you see the sun there as well? So I'm going to wrap up this reading because I need to give her some attention. My darlings, take care. I hope this helped with whoever it resonated with, and I look forward to doing a reading again for you very soon. Bye-bye, my darlings. Bye-bye.